What was that, Blaine?
What? Yep. Oh, that feels better. Welcome to the CouncilCast. This is episode 310, being recorded on October 15th, 2024. The council is now in session, and as with every week, we will make arbitrary decisions on topics on science, technology, and random shit.
Random shit? Random shit?
Random shit.
How many fucking, do you just have like a little board next to you where you're like random shit?
With a little background and absolutely no expertise. All CouncilCast decisions are final and have no bearing on anything whatsoever. Silas could probably have piano keys of Brian saying random shit.
Oh man, that'd be great.
That's the best intro we've ever done.
Well, it's almost as good as the best landing SpaceX has ever done with one of their rockets by catching it on the launch tower.
Right out of the air.
Pretty darn close.
Did they do it on purpose or was it an accident?
No, it was on purpose.
They caught it on accident?
Oops.
We're actually trying to get the thing out of the way. We caught it.
No, this is actually I guess I didn't even realize that this was happening. I think it was Sunday that SpaceX launched another test of their Starship, and the first stage rocket booster, instead of having it crash into the ocean like the last couple tests, they decided to try to catch it on the launch pad, basically. So the rocket came back and it had its little fins popping out, and they caught it in midair. So
that, actually,
first time.
Actually, there's Elon Musk celebrating afterward.
Do you have a picture of that?
Yeah, right here.
Oh dear.
Woo, yeah! Ooh, look at me in my bad self. I snatched you right out of the air. Oh, I'm a crumbly canyon wall, and I'm...
What the actual hell is happening?
Hold on.
That's pretty good. That looked just like Elon Musk.
But yeah, I mean, I guess a big deal for SpaceX. Kind of an interesting thing to watch and see, but we'll see if it actually pays off for them in terms of coming up with a way to reuse these rockets for them.
I think that's impressive. I mean, there's probably more to talk about, but I'm thumbs up for, for recycling. That's what I say.
Well, they're already doing the recycling part, right? They've actually been grabbing it right out of the ocean.
No, they have not.
Most of them, they'll land in the ocean and then they'll dig them up and they deep dive them out. And
they land in a ball pit at a McDonald's because that's a really safe place.
I watched the thing about this today. They actually have like a scuba diving team that goes down and like re-grabs the rockets and pulls them back up, and like
not all of them though.
Not all of them.
Yeah.
But they're like.
But they don't reuse them.
Yeah, they do.
No, they don't.
Yeah, they do. Here, watch.
Here, watch.
This was the video that I'm referencing. Hold on.
I don't think they've ever reflown a rocket after it's been in the water.
Well, I'm paraphrasing a short. Here, this is a real video actually. And this.
SpaceX just caught a rocket booster. It's the first time anyone's ever done that. Here's why this was so hard and why it's such a big deal. People have been trying to reuse expensive rocket components for a long time, particularly the booster, the piece that boosts the part with the people or the cargo out of our atmosphere. NASA has their rocket boosters detach and fall into the ocean, which means a specialized dive team has to go get it and then disassemble it and refurbish it and reload it with propellant. SpaceX found ways to get their boosters to turn back around and propel themselves to specialized landing areas, which was already a big deal. And there were a lot of hurdles along the way. Oh my god, this stuff. That's what makes this so cool. Not only is it part of the biggest rocket ever, Starship, but it returned back to the exact spot that it launched from and lowered itself precisely into giant metal arms on its first attempt. Subscribe for more optimistic science and tech stories. SpaceX.
Okay,
So
that
this part
looks
here-
like we're just watching the launch in reverse. Are you sure that isn't camera trickery?
You know what? That's a good point. But this part right here,
There's detach and fall into the ocean, which means a specialized dive team has to go get it and then disassemble it and refurbish it and reload it with propellants.
disassemble, refurbish, and reload it with propellant. So they're not just like taking it back and they're like, okay, it's ready to go again. Like they're trying to reuse as much of it as possible. It sounds like. So this is the paraphrase that
So
I'm paraphrasing.
that okay, I will give you that. They do think, but that was very specific to just the space shuttle.
Yeah.
In that those were just the solid rocket boosters that were on the side.
It's a very
Not-
specific case.
That was a
study,
NASA
and this
stunt.
This is very, very, very different. because
Very
they're
different.
gonna be
Fucking
on us.
big NASA.
Yeah.
Big NASA.
That was a NASA thing. This is a SpaceX thing. So
I mean, it's.
Yeah.
I always like the explanation of people who've ridden on the space shuttle because it does have the solid rocket boosters compared to your typical liquid rocket boosters, I guess. In the fact that as soon as you light a solid rocket booster, it's on. Like it's not going to stop.
Right, you're like.
There's no
"Let's go."
throttling. There's no nothing. That's it. And it's just like people who ride the shuttle talk about it just being this huge kick in the pants when those things kick on, versus like riding at that time.
Because they're basically at instant thrust,
yeah.
like full thrust, right? Like
yeah, as
there's
soon as you
probably
light
a
'em, it's
small
100%
ramp-up
thrust.
time. Is
Yeah.
it instantaneous 100%? It surely can't be.
I mean, it can't be.
But it's not. They don't have to throttle up.
Yeah, it's not like liquid where you're going to have something that's throttling up.
Like
Right.
like the amount of thrust that's given is based on the density of the oxidizer, if it has an oxidizer included,
You
Right.
are
and
my density.
the fuel.
I mean,
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot less moving parts in it because you don't have to pump anything. You don't have to do all this other stuff. So yeah, totally different thing. But
anyway, that's
Yes.
that's the comparison that I was talking about.
so the council's
Liquid
recommendation
hot
is just switch
magma.
everything to solid rocket boosters. Got it.
Yes.
Thumbs up for that.
now, didn't they have to do that with that submarine? Didn't they have to go down and with the divers and get that submarine thing that fell apart at the bottom of the ocean? Bring
There
it
was
back
no
up.
recovering that.
Bring it back up.
It was.
Put it back together. Refurbish it so that someone else can use it later.
I mean,
Yes, I'm sure there's a company that's going to do that, Brian.
oh, man. What a-
They're also gonna do that with the Titanic, right? We're gonna actually get to tour
Yep.
the real Titanic someday because they're gonna get it out of the ocean.
They're going to do it one
NASA
day.
dive team is gonna go get it, bring it out, take it apart, put it back together, refurbish it, and sail it to the Atlantic again. I like that.
Well, that sounds like a movie. That sounds like a great movie.
Oh goodness. Okay.
Yeah, I give them a thumbs up for catching the rockets. I guess it's cool to see that they're trying something different. So
I'd love to
I
see
see what
Leonardo
happens.
DiCaprio in that role, where he's like, you know what? He's just like playing an alternate version of himself, where Leo's like,
he's gonna be like, "I was on this ship back in the day."
but like the only movie role he didn't have was on Titanic. So like, oh man, I want to like, what was that movie with Nicolas Cage recently, where it was him and he was playing himself in it, but like a joke version of himself.
I have no idea.
Wait, what?
Nicolas Cage.
With who?
Um,
Who else acts in it?
I have no
Nicolas
idea.
Cage
I don't
playing
even-
himself as Nicolas Cage, starring Nicolas
Unbearable
Cage,
Weight.
co-starring Nicolas
Are you
Cage.
talking about unbearable weight
Unbearable
of
Weight of a
what-
Massive
a
Talent.
massive talent? Yeah. Pedro
Yeah,
Pascal.
and that has Pedro Pascal.
Pascal? Pascal?
Pascal.
Pascal? I don't know.
Pascali.
Pedro.
Pasco.
Nick Cage.
Yeah, but he
as
can't take the
Nicholas
helmet off, or he's
M.
no longer a Mandalorian. So how does he do that?
Well, thanks for
easily,
ruining it
because
for
he
me,
can
Brian.
breathe.
Oh yeah, sorry about that.
Fucking ruined.
Nerd.
Well, something that might help you if you do get ruined is a new parasite that could be the key to healing damaged skin blemish free. Apparently, some scientists have found that not a new, but a parasitic worm, roundworm, known as the Heligmosemoides polygyrus worm.
Okay.
I think
That
some of
became
that
a
you made
soundbite
up.
for our show. I'm gonna snatch that. I'm gonna put it in here at any time. If you like it, you're gonna say that again.
Perfect.
And then right after he says that, you need to say random shit.
Yeah, I just can't wait till the intro is just soundboard buttons.
Every time.
Okay, so how are you supposed to like ingest this, or is it on your skin, or is it what is it? How do you do this?
So when I first read this article, which means I only read about half the article, I thought that you actually had to ingest the worm because it was talking about the worms naturally infest the guts of rodents. But instead, it sounds like they actually produce a protein that I would imagine it gets applied topically.
Okay.
Here's a sequence actually we have.
It's
here
either that
of this.
or you just take the worms and you rub them all over your skin. Either way.
They've been doing this for a very long time.
I swallowed a tapeworm last night. It's going to grow up to 3 feet inside of me, and then it eats all my food so that I don't get fat. And then after 3 months, I take some medicine, and then I pass it. Creed sold it to me. It's from Mexico.
What the fuck?
That wasn't a tapeworm. That's what Grady says after that.
That wasn't a tapeworm.
But yeah, apparently the protein that these worms do secrete, apparently it suppresses the immune activity that leads to scar formation. So they've done some tests on rats already, and apparently it's basically accelerated the healing and also returned the skin to a near perfect state prior to the cut.
Oh my.
So all those scars you probably have, Matt, you might not have them anymore in your ankle.
They're pretty minimal, to be honest.
So these parasites take care of all of your like scars and
Will it
acne
clean
and
up any
everything
old
else.
scars or just new scars that are healing?
I would say it's probably just new scars.
Yeah, but you don't know for sure though.
Well, I mean, it does say that treated wounds healed faster, so I'm going to say
So-
that you have to apply it to the wound as it heals.
So what you're saying is, we eat these worms.
Bro, nobody knows what
Yes.
That you eat the worms, and then, like I have this scar from when I was a kid, right here in the middle of my forehead.
It'll take
I
care
can
of
get-
it.
I can get rid of it by just going in and cutting a big circle around it, like that.
That's
pulling
called
that worm out,
Photoshop.
and then smushing it together.
You can't do it
And
for
then
real.
I put another worm in there after I've already eaten it and passed
No.
it. And then I put it in there and I
Like
smush
that
it together.
Star Trek.
And then it
that-
just like gone.
Star Trek. There was like
Almost an
4 or 5
instant
episodes in the
fix.
Next Generation where there was a worm that was trying to take over the galaxy and it was living inside all these people. Remember that?
Star Trek worms?
And Picard and Riker come in, and Riker pretends to eat one of the worms, and then right before he does, he takes his phaser out and kills everybody. Yeah, remember.
I mean, that's
Okay.
one way to
That
get
was the
rid of
last
scarring.
episode of Star Trek? Yeah. I remember that.
No, it was right after that he got promoted because all the admirals had been killed when he shot them all.
Promotion because nobody's left. Sweet.
I would like to hear the side effects of eating worms, roundworms that are going to make your skin. Oh, his skin looks amazing, but then you have like all these other horrifying side effects. I'll bet you that.
Maybe. I mean, I don't think they've gotten quite that far yet. So We'll let you know when
Interesting.
when we
I'm
find
going to
out.
say thumbs sideways because I just don't have enough information.
I would like to give a thumbs up for your interpretation of whatever that long ass word was, and how it's going to become part of our soundboard.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with a thumbs down on this one, just because. Yeah, I don't like worms. Sure, go with that.
We got worms.
Well, something
Is
that
it
you
I
might
got
not
worms or
have.
we got worms from Dumb and Dumber.
I don't know.
Don't remember.
I've got.
Well, something that we don't got is our digital merchandise, because Steam, the online marketplace, is now telling people when they are not buying an actual game, instead you're just buying a license to it.
Oh, good.
What's the difference?
The difference is they can take your license away at any time.
I need more information.
If you
so-
buy a game on Steam and it says it's a license game, that means they can take your driver's license away at any time and
Yes.
revoke your
What?
citizenship.
Yes, that is what that means.
Your
That's
citizenship
exactly
too?
right.
Well, if you have the gold
I
star on your
don't know where my
driver's
citizenship
then you-
license is, but I'm going to look for it when we're done here.
This is supposedly, though, preemptive of a new law that California has recently signed, which is going to require storefronts to basically notify customers when they are purchasing something that is not a permanent object and instead just a license. So, looks like Steam might be a little bit ahead of the game, but kind of just a confirmation of what everybody has already known. So, not sure if this is really
Hey,
changing everybody's mind
some
on it.
groundbreaking technology here. Some groundbreaking stuff. We're just gonna tell people. We're gonna tell people the truth.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I don't. Is this a big deal for people? Is this concern people at all? I think people
No.
here, we've been buying digital games for forever. That
We stream shows online, and then they say, oh, you know what, that's no longer appropriate in 2024, so we're just going to remove those episodes or those parts of episodes. We've been seeing it for a very long time, that if you don't own the physical copy, it will be changed and updated. The cup on Game of Thrones, the Starbucks cup, just disappeared. Wasn't there?
Overnight.
Oh yeah, that was like a big scandal at the time, though.
It showed up the first night and then was gone within 24 hours.
Well, that's probably
Like,
good.
I don't know how
I'm
they got
wondering-
everyone back together to refilm that so quickly, but
Yes, I'm sure
proud
that's
of
what they
them.
did.
Okay,
They just,
so
like, beat some editor.
there's a disclaimer in front of Jungle Book, right?
There's a disclaimer in front of any Disney movie made before 1965. Yes.
What about Harry Potter? Why isn't there a disclaimer in there about mistreating people and being mean and all the things they say that are...
Because you're not
It's 'cause
watching
it's
it
magic.
online. You're watching it on a DVD.
Okay, I don't understand.
We know.
DVDs are not the internet.
why is there always the warning that says that this film has been formatted to fit my TV?
I hate that warning. You know,
Warning.
don't
How about just
judge
a heads up? Why does it have to be a
Okay.
warning? That's a good point.
warning. You just bought
Just so
Hot
you
Pockets.
know. In case you were wondering about the quality of this film, it's been
Hope you're
formatted to
drunk or
fit your
headed home
TV.
to a
How do
trailer.
they know what size TV I have? This seems like some kind of this seems like some invasion of privacy is what it seems.
Who the hell let you in my house?
That's right.
Oh, boy.
Yeah, I guess I'm going to go with a thumbs down that we even have to state these things. So there you go. That's what I think.
Agreed.
This is the internet we've built.
There you go. Speaking of the internet you've built, Microsoft is going to help you build it even better by starting to incorporate AI generative fill into the Microsoft Paint app.
All right, throwing Photoshop away sucks.
Into
I'm
Like
sorry to
doing
be a broken
paint.
record tonight, but I need more information. What did you just say?
So everybody's favorite photo editing program, Microsoft Paint, is
Paint, yes, okay.
Yep, it is going to be updated to add Photoshop-like generative AI to fill and erase features.
I barely know how to use it now, so this sounds like big thumbs down.
You just drag, get the erase tool, and you just go, I don't want that tree branch in the back, and you just paint over it, and then it goes, and then you click apply, doop, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then you wait, and then it crashes because it's a PC, and you have to reformat your entire computer, and then you have to reinstall the operating system, and then you try it again, and then you realize that your motherboard is defunct, and you have to buy a new motherboard, and you wait 3 months for them to deliver it because it was via the refurbished program or whatever, and so then you get the motherboard and you replace it yourself because you are a tech person, because you have a PC. And then after you've replaced the motherboard, you realize it wasn't the motherboard all along. That's a stupid place to start. You should have started with the graphics card. So you send that in. It's still not working. You have to reinstall the operating system again. Once you got it all working, though, it goes way faster than a Mac. And you just drag over. You just go whoop, and click apply, and then it works like magic. No problem. 6 months later, total hassle-free solution to getting rid of that branch.
So do you have to pay for this new version of Paint, or does it just kind of come with like some update? I mean, how do you get it?
You know what's nice about it? Monthly recurring fee.
Free.
$6.77.
No, it sounds like this would be kind of built in.
This feature is going to be super expensive. That's great.
I'm going to guess it'll be built in, but I'm going to bet it's not going to be super fancy. It's going to do just like what it's saying here, like using, like we talked about a couple weeks ago with the new iOS version and the photo app. Like, it's going to really just to let you erase probably minor things and chunks like that.
By the way, Matt, are you on 8.1 currently?
Of what?
You stop recording, Blaine. Are you on 8.1
Yeah, I don't...
of your iOS system? Because every time I
It wants
pop
me
into
to
photos,
refresh.
it does not allow me to edit them the way that you were showing me that you could paint stuff out. Look at my edits. All I have are these options down here.
I'm on iOS 18.1, like beta 6.
Yes. Okay. I tried to get into the beta version today, and it was telling me that it just wasn't going to work.
Oh.
So I'm hoping.
Yeah,
that
you have to be a certain amount of the beta along, because the selecting and getting rid of it is part of the Apple Intelligence stuff.
Yeah. Okay, that's what I wondered. I thought that, and I want to double check that I wasn't just like.
Yeah, that's exactly it.
Going crazy.
But yeah, I am actually kind of interested for this feature though, because like for me, I take pictures at work that I oftentimes need to just kind of remove some random stuff from the background, but I don't need to go through the full effort of like getting Photoshop to take care of it. Like, it just needs to get rid of this thing. And so like usually what I'm doing is I'm just like either cropping or blocking things out because I just don't want them to be in the picture. So like I can see something like this being pretty useful for me to like just say, hey, I just want to quickly take care of this thing real quick.
That makes perfect sense.
Move on.
The Photoshop AI version is basically dummy proofed. And so like you watched me do it on camera.
Mm-hmm.
There's literally nothing different in the actual process of from Paint, clicking this button and then dragging over it and clicking apply. It's the same thing in Photoshop. You just have to know which of the other buttons you click. So you click a different button in Photoshop, drag over it, click apply, and then it gives you 3 options. So that's the benefit of going to Photoshop, is that you might get 3 options. I don't know if you're getting options here. You might.
I'm guessing probably not. But Photoshop also probably costs a whole lot more than free included in my operating system.
Exactly. Yeah. No, I hope
for the handful of times that I really need it, and my company's not going to pay for that.
I would hope that they would start to do this in the photo app on Mac as well, because they already have photo editing features in there, like change exposure and contrast, like very simple edits. But if they would throw this in there, then it would eliminate the need, like this type of tool inside of the photo app in Apple would eliminate the need for a bunch of people to upgrade to any of the additional photo editing tools that are out there. So
I mean, yeah, I could see that. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a thumbs up. I think it'll be nice. I'll use it.
Dope. Yeah, thumbs up.
But something that I probably won't be using that I'm sure Brian wants to know some more information about is hydrogen water. Because who doesn't want to be drinking water full of hydrogen?
That's what she said.
Which, if you didn't know, water already has hydrogen in it.
Yeah,
What?
that's what I was thinking.
That's what she said.
Is this a new
Well, now
this
I
a new
know
kind of
what
water
H
that's bottled
stands
in?
for.
Is it spring water?
So the funny part here is I don't think anybody really knows what this is. It's just a thing that keeps getting promoted on TikTok, which is like this guy's shilling a water bottle where you push a button, a blue light turns on, and all of a sudden magically there's hydrogen in the water.
Oh, brother.
Like the whole idea though is apparently this is a thing. Like instead of using like carbon dioxide to like create carbonation in your water, like apparently this is a real thing. Like you can actually put hydrogen into your water. The problem is it's not going to stay like that very long.
So wait, so rather than being 1 part oxygen and 2 parts hydrogen, it now becomes 1 part oxygen and 3 parts hydrogen?
Something like that. Apparently this guy is saying that it's actually doing electrolysis inside of the bottle to release hydrogen from the water molecules, which doesn't make any sense.
Interesting.
It's just absolute.
What's the benefit?
Nonsense. Nothing. The benefit
Nothing.
is these guys
Yeah,
make money.
that's
off
what I
of
was thinking.
Stupid people being like, "Well, I want to feel healthy. I'm gonna zap my water with some hydrogen bullets."
Apparently the claims are that it tastes better. Some say it makes it sacred. Some people say it is more hydrating. All of it's complete BS.
Probably the hydrating part is the most accurate one because it's
More
hydrogen.
hydrating.
I mean, if it makes you drink more water because you think it's cool, I mean, I guess it is technically more hydrating for you. So
I give this a thumbs up for entrepreneurship at its finest.
Personally, I want my water to have as much hydrogen as possible.
yeah, more hydrogen. Just you know what, replace all my water with hydrogen, and I'll just drink it. There won't ever be a problem with that.
You just put a drink
And then bottle it
hydrogen.
under pressure. I mean, I can't see any issue with that. Thumbs down. There's many times at work where like, hey, we should just make something and then pressurize, like make a little tube of something, and we need to put compressed air or create a vacuum or something like that. And we're like, oh, hey, we're just describing a pipe bomb. Let's not do that.
Oof, yeah.
Good thing we didn't email that. Whoops.
Good thing I didn't just start Googling these supplies and start ordering them.
Yeah, there you go.
But something that you might not want to order is a robot vacuum because apparently the Internet of Things has now stricken again and started hacking your robot vacuums so that they can spew nonsense at you. If you have a EcoVac robot, apparently there's recently been a case where they've been hacked and people have turned them on and started having them go around the house using the integrated speaker to play things at you and yell at you.
This is just Michael Reeves shit. Remember he made that robot, that shitty robot? He made the Roomba that ran around, and every time it ran into something with the thing, it was like, fuck! Shit! God damn it!
That's essentially the same
It's
thing.
the only thing I can make
pretty
me think of.
Except apparently in this
Tail
case,
as
this
cold
was
as the well Internet of
running around yelling racial slurs in your house, so you know that's always better.
Oh man, it's just like when Grandpa vacuums the house. Oof.
That's good.
I don't know. This is just so dumb. Makes me just cringe every time I see it.
This is
So I
really
give it a
dumb,
thumbs up.
for real. You don't have to come and confess. We're looking for you. We're gonna find you. We're gonna find you so you can run and tell that.
Yep.
Run and tell that. Anyone
Just
remember
like that.
song?
No.
Anyone remember that?
No.
No, but we're going to move on to our billionaire pitches for the week. And if you want to pitch somebody bringing that song back, go for it.
I have a pitch.
Bed Intruder song by Shmo Yoho.
Okay, so my pitch is that
156 million views 14 years ago.
sometimes you see things that you don't want to see anymore, like maybe some unsightly something that your neighbor puts up on their yard.
Thumbs up on
Right?
Total Recall. I love this idea.
Okay.
Agreed?
Sure.
Okay. So what you need is a pair of smart glasses that can do what Photoshop does. So you just you look, you use your phone. It's an app. Your glasses are tied in. You look at the thing that you're like, I can't look at that horrible thing anymore. You Photoshop it out. Your glasses remember, and every time you turn to look at that thing, it's gone.
So you want
You don't see it
glasses
anymore.
that can basically edit reality in real time.
Like Photoshop glasses that can edit reality in real time. Yep.
Are you currently pitching virtual first class?
You know what he's pitching.
No, I think you still see everything going on around you. You just selectively take out the things that you don't want to see ever again.
Virtual first class 2.0. I don't want to see any of these other people
this
sitting
is-
around me. I want to see
This is more like virtual
This is
virtual
live
first class every
live
No, this is-
virtuality.
this is live Photoshop.
I love this idea.
Yeah, I
I'm gonna
think
need
it's
a lot more information, but I love this idea.
Do- I also need a lot more information as to if I actually need to wear glasses or not.
Yes, you do. Unless you want to look at it through your phone or something.
You don't have to.
You have these glasses are not for you to see better. These
The
glasses are to help you
optional.
see less.
Moving forward,
No.
you have the option whether or not to wear them. For them
All
to
right.
work, you have to wear them.
Maybe in the
whether or not
future
you have
you
to
could
wear
like hook them into contacts or something. Right now, we need the big hardware. So,
Bluetooth contacts.
what else
that
would be
Photoshop
something that
out
you didn't
garbage
want
you
to
don't
see?
wanna see.
What else would be something you wouldn't want to see again? Something
Well, think
like,
about it.
oh,
You could
Could-
think about this. You could censor movies for your kids without having to censor movies.
Well, now you're getting into some big Hollywood money stuff there. I'm just talking about the average person trying to live their life.
I mean, is this like it only edits it like in the certain locations that you select, or is it like it'll erase that no
Whatever.
matter where I'm at?
No, well, no, where no.
In
it would
Photoshop,
be
they
very
just-
GPS.
In Photoshop, they just released a thing that is a term called remove distractions. And so you click the button and it just is like, oh, these things seem distracting, and like selects them for you. And then you can change that mask, and then you click yes, remove these. And so it automatically kind of looks at the photos and goes, they probably want to get rid of these things because it doesn't seem to be the main subject of what's happening here.
It would probably.
I mean,
oh,
what
that's
if
it.
I
It
find
would
it
work
super
really well.
distracting to I don't want to see anybody who ever wears a yellow shirt.
Mhm.
Like, can it just eliminate yellow shirts everywhere for me?
It could
Yeah.
probably. I mean, Photoshop
Okay.
could change something into something else, and also like it would work really well for HOA stuff. Like, just don't look at my lawn if you don't like the way it looks. And then other people, everyone in the HOA can just get glasses and just like just take out the hideous bush that you put
How's
in.
that
It's
go?
against the rules.
Lannister.
That's photoshopping skills.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other.
She said.
So I'm going to take my pitch and I'm going to go off of Brian's idea here. And my idea is it's actually an HOA to feeder device that it actually is something that sits on your house and it will beam an image of your house looking perfect into the eyes of anybody walking by. So you can have your house look whatever you want,
A
be as
Scanner
messy,
style.
however you want, and anytime someone comes by, they're like, beam, 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 beam. Looks perfect for them.
I love it. A scanner darkly. You kind of have just like a trash bag over top of your space that's actually just a projection of whatever people want your neighborhood to look like.
Yep.
The sad thing is they would only go into the poorest neighborhoods in cities, and it wouldn't be an HOA thing. It would probably just be like the 1%ers being like, you know what? I don't like the eyesore of people having
Probably true.
tricycles in their front yard, or I don't like when people sit on their front porch. That's really distracting to me. Let's just put up essentially movie screen projectors of perfect yards and perfect houses, even though I'm never going to drive through those neighborhoods. I love this idea. Go for it. Black Mirror. I love it. Go for it.
Perfect. All right.
I've
You got
got
a pitch for us?
Yeah, I got a pitch. It's I was thinking, what if we had glasses that we could wear? We could just make everyone look beautiful. Photoshop retouching, so we don't have to look at ugly people.
Well, my idea would just make them disappear.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. I mean, is this a change everybody into beautiful, or just make them disappear like Brian's?
I think you would just go. You just trace around them and they're gone forever, as long as the glasses are on. When I take my glasses off, Marianne is still there, standing right across from me, giving her stupid
I don't like
idea.
that idea at all. Just give me a mechanical pencil that never runs out of lead.
Mechanical. That sounds like a Willy Wonka thing. I'm not sure that that's possible.
There's only been one other mechanical pencil pitched on the episode, and it was by Logan. He wanted a hydraulic mechanical pencil that uses hydraulic force to extend the lead so that it can also be used as a hydraulic lift.
Wow, that was oddly specific.
I feel like that was one that got added on to.
All right, any pitch for you, Matt?
No.
All right, with that, we're going to go ahead and call this council meeting adjourned. We thank you all for listening as we do record this podcast live Tuesday nights on YouTube. Goodbye.
Get on down to Real Fake Doors. Check this out. Won't open. Won't open.
Where's the outro song?
You can also find the audio files on iTunes or your favorite podcatcher. And if you have a topic you would like the council's decision on, you can email us at idontcare@councilcast.org. Thanks for listening, and goodbye.
Mm-hmm.